Can a daily routine really change your income? Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's look at you. What are your plans? What's your vision? What is your definite chief aim? Because once we've identified what that is, faith without works is dead. What do I mean by that? Well, you can plan until the cows come home. You can have all of these thoughts in your mind. You can have all of these ideas. However, the reality of the matter is this: if you do not crystallize your ideas, if you do not crystallize these things that you're visualizing, if you do not write down the vision and make it plain so that you can run with it, that's one thing that's missing. When you crystallize your ideas, your thoughts and things, you're taking it from an invisible realm and you're putting it into a physical realm. Once you put it into a physical realm, it now takes on energy. It takes on form and shape. It becomes almost tangible. It's like something that's constantly speaking and speaking and speaking in its set state. So when you lay your eyes on this written form of your ideas, the thoughts and the things that you're working towards, you can literally see what's in your mind. Millions of people can see that idea if that idea is written down or drawn. Look at the power of that in its written state, solid and still speaking. Absolutely awesome. A good idea for you is to get a journal. Once an idea pops up, once you get a download, write that thing down. There will be a time and a season where this idea will rise to the surface. So it's not by happenstance that you're actually listening to this. You've been guided here to pick up this message. So writing down your idea, writing down your vision, writing down your goals is essential. That's the first step. But then there's the taking action. And that's what I was alluding to. Faith without works is dead. Here's a case study. In 2008, I was working at a company in the place called Nottingham, the UK. And I created a role as an employment and placement officer. With me being a clarity coach, a life coach, it's something that I'm deeply passionate about. However, here I am working inside of this company. I've created this space for myself. I'm sitting down, having a great time in my office with support planners in place, with structures, coaching students, coaching people that were coming from all of these different walks of life, coaching people that had low self-esteem and wanted to raise the confidence. So here I am in my element of confident coaching. Wonderful, so awesome. If there's one thing I'm passionate about, it's watching you win, watching you change your mind, change your life and live the dream, watching you walk in purpose to prosperity. I'm happily working in this company and then suddenly something happens. I get a knock on my door, on my office door. It was the boss. The boss said, "Kevin, can I have a word with you, please?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I remember at the time I was doing like some one-on-ones, mock interviews with clients that were going back into independent living. I was providing services for people that wanted to develop with their soft skills, helping people to become more employable, okay, doing public speaks and stuff. So at that time, I was really in my element. However, this invite into the boss's office was quite a strange one. I was thinking to myself, what's going to happen next? So I sit down, maybe it's time for promotion. There was an awkward silence. You could hear a pin drop. And then the boss turned around and said, "Kevin, I don't know how we're going to pay you this month." I remember thinking, what? Can you imagine? You're up here, excited, looking forward to doing some amazing works, and at the same time enjoying the amazing works that I was doing. To hearing that, and that was deeply challenging. I kid you not. My emotions, I'll never forget how I felt. I thought to myself, I'm tired of this. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Job after job after job. Paycheck after paycheck after paycheck. For things to change, I have to change things. So what did I do? Well, I was invited to an internet marketing seminar in a place called Earls Court, London, UK. I'd never been to an internet marketing seminar before. So it was an exciting shift. Something new, something different. So here I am, preparing myself to go to London, Earls Court, thinking to myself, I wonder what's going to happen here. Really excited. I was instructed to bring a notepad and pen. So here I am, driving to London in this BMW on the motorway with all of these different thoughts. I then end up inside London. I walk inside of this room. There was a sea of people from all different walks of life, all creeds and colours, all these different ages. Like walking into the back, taking a seat, like, whoa, it was really overwhelming, but at the same time, it felt good. The energy in the room was ecstatic, and I waited to see what was going to happen next. A gentleman walks down in a black white shirt, a black jacket, some light jeans. He started to lift up the crowd with his words. It was an amazing experience. Everybody on one accord coming together, participating in these exercises, right? Now that we was all connected, the gentleman, the host, who goes by the name of Mark Anastasi, walks down to the front with a headset on, using a projector to tell his story. How he started out in life, the challenges that he went through, the limiting beliefs. He met somebody that helped him set up something on the internet. Mark Anastasi was surfing at this point. He went through such a trying time. At one stage, he remembered being in the supermarket having to choose from 2 pieces of fruit. If that's not challenging, I don't know what is. Once he decided to put some information to practice, his life started to change. Mark is now a multimillionaire. He's the author of the book entitled The Laptop Millionaire, which is a New York Times bestseller. I so happened to be featured in that book on page 77. I tell my story in that book of how I attended his seminar and started to take copious notes and put them to practice, and as a result, make handsome commissions online, promoting an item about a subject matter which I do not have a clue about. It was about dogs. I love dogs, I appreciate dogs, however, I don't know about dogs. I followed the instructions. I signed up for an account in a place called ClickBank. I then went to Google Ads at the time. I then set up an account in YouTube. And after following these instructions, taking the notes, going home, following these instructions, something wonderful happened. There was some uncertainty to begin with. I was sabotaging myself. Unbelief was popping up. Is this actually going to work? No. I had limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging beliefs. A lot of procrastination was taking place. I was going back to the kitchen reaching for food and then going back to my seat before pressing forward. However, I managed to persist. And after putting this information to practice, wow, after a few days, I started to see commissions in my bank account. $47 after $47 after $47 after $47 by promoting a dog book. I managed to find this very active niche, a niche where people are passionate about dogs. I then placed a link inside of all of these places where people were communicating and active. And I was looking at the law of averages, right? For every so many people looked at that link and clicked on it and could see, hey, here's a dog book by a vendor called 6 Day Fetch about dog training that can add some value to me. They clicked on the link. made a purchase, and as a result, I was rewarded for acts of services rendered. I remember putting my hands on my head thinking, oh my gosh, this stuff works. This Mark Anastasi. Ever since then, I was an avid follower of Mark Anastasi, who became my first mentor, my first coach. So what's the key here? The key here is about taking action. When you wake up in the morning, having a plan. A great thing to do is start by doing some breath work, some visualization exercises. Having like a board right in front of you with affirmations or statements and things on that board that you see the first thing when you wake up in the morning. Do your best to avoid picking up your phone or checking emails. Always live in the end of what you are expecting to experience in the now. It is absolutely important. Another tip is to change your biochemistry in the first hour of waking up. What do I mean by that? Go for a jog, go for a walk, 5 squat thrusts, 5 press-ups, or some light exercises, some stretches. Raise your vibrations, change your biochemistry, change your physiology. Another step would be for you to put on clothing that matches how you want to be seen, how you want to feel. Making sure that you are on top of your feeling state is absolutely essential. One great thing to do is to remember a time when you felt absolutely awesome. You know, if you can go back there, can you remember how it felt? Tap into that feeling, activate that feeling in the now. What will happen is you will shift into that state of your wish fulfilled, pertaining to where you are going. Clarity equals power. Creating daily habits is absolutely essential when you are going somewhere on purpose to happen. Another great thing to do is to look at what successful people are doing and continue to surround yourself around success. Match and model successful people. Look at the behaviors. Look at where they go. Look at what they like to practice. Read their stories. Get some insight. Invest at least an hour a day in modeling somebody that you aspire to become like, holding on to your true identity and your true likeness. Adopt these different characteristics that work in harmony with yourself for the greater good. And I can almost guarantee you this, you will not be disappointed. If you change your mind, you will change your life. Creating habits is so essential. If you increase in something 1% a day, rather than try to do 100% at once, you will pick up momentum and things will become easier. If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will change. John Paul Getty once said, it's easier to get 1% from 100 people than it is to get 100% from one person. So I encourage you right now, right where you are, to take action. Grab a journal, grab a notepad, grab a pen, get a whiteboard, whatever you can use, your phone, your tablet, and start to create a plan of action that you will persist to do for 21 days. That's your challenge. Practice those things for 21 days and those things will become a habit. So, I hope that's added some form of value to you. Do reach out to me if you're in the need of coaching, if you feel that you are blocked and you want direction and you're looking for your true north. I specialize in clarity coaching. I'm a transformation coach, a mentor, public speaker, etc. I also have some consultations, sessions in place for you, so feel free to take advantage. All the details are in the bio. Do follow and do share. That's it from me, Kevin Clark, believing in you. Bye for now.